Today we're going to talk about the what we're going to talk about. Hello and welcome back with another animated series episode review. Today we're going to talk about the episode the Ambergris element. Today we're going to talk about the Ambergris element. So this episode is quite original as well. A lot of things happened what we didn't see before, and it served as a reference for later series. The Enterprise investigating the planet Argo. In this episode of the original series, there's a lot of things happen what I'm quite excited about. First of all, we got to see an aqua shuttle. So obviously, if you know about Star Trek, there's a rare occasion when actually you can see a shuttle or a starship landing into an ocean or going into an ocean. So it happened on Voyager once in the episode 30 Days, when the Delta Flyer went underwater. And obviously we all remember the Into Darkness scene when the Enterprise actually sitting the bottom of the ocean. Scotty wasn't really happy about that. So in this episode they specifically have an aqua shuttle. So they basically go down into the water. So this shuttle serves as a submarine / boat, so they can actually go outside. They have this ability to go underwater and you know, do exploration things, and it's a really nice looking, it's a neat looking ship. But obviously the story continues from there, because while they patrolling around the area, there's a sea creature, there's a sea snake, kind of a sea snake appears, and he's sort of throwing the shuttle around. Half of the crew members falls out in the water. The shuttle disappears with Kirk and Spock, and everyone else going back to the ship. They continue looking for Kirk and Spock, and after 5 days, honestly, 5 days in an alien planet, you're looking for a human and a Vulcan, and you can't find them. So after 5 days, they found Kirk and Spock lying in the ground, surface. They've been suffocating. Now they have a genetically altered body from now on, so they only be able to breathe underwater. So it's quite an interesting thing to what happened in that 5 days. So obviously they've been in this cracked spaceship, and then so they've been back to the Enterprise, and they had to put Kirk and Spock into a fish tank to observe them, because that was the only option to keep them alive in the Enterprise, on board the Enterprise. So yeah, you have Jim in the fish tank and you have Spock in the fish tank. Actually, I'm thinking this is like a Doctor Who Jim the fish. So maybe he knew Jim the fish. So they go to the point when Dr. McCoy were unable to actually reverse the process, so he had no clue how to reverse this genetic mutation. So Kirk and Spock decided to go down the surface. They found this sort of sea creatures, sea people race, the Aquans. The Aquans are like mermaids, so they're afraid about the air breathers. That's how they call the people who are not like them, they're not living underwater. As it turned out before, they lived in the surface as well as the other people, but then there was lots of earthquake and a lot of land mass disappeared, and they got through the genetic mutation. They didn't really go into deep why the genetic mutation happened, or what was the cause of the genetic mutation, or yeah, what happened that with the race. But there was a genetic mutation, and they basically turned into these sea creatures. So they had a society, they had a city down in the bottom of the ocean, and that's where they lived. In order to save Kirk and Spock from the previous accident, they altered them to sea creatures, because they didn't want to kill them, but they didn't want to let them die either. So there was one creature called Ryla, who actually helped Kirk and Spock finding a city, an ancient city in ruins, where they actually could find clues how to convert themselves back to normal. So they found this city, they found the ruins, they go in, there's a sort of library, they got quite a few ancient documentation, and they bring up what they actually brought up to the Enterprise. But on the way back they got attacked again with the sea creature. Later on, while Dr. McCoy was examining these papers and this documentation, for the antidote, they have to get the venom of this sea creature. So they go down, they ask help for these people, and they help capturing the sea creature, and they get as many venom as they could. So they beam aboard the Enterprise again. Dr. McCoy makes the serum, they revert back. So yes, this is kind of embarrassing because I was recording the episode and I didn't even realize the camera stopped working at the end of the episode review, so the loss of the footage is lost. And I did this review a day before I was editing actually, so the footage stopped when they actually got the venom from this creature, and Dr. McCoy made the antidote, and he basically transformed back Kirk and Spock to their normal state. So yeah, that was basically the episode. That was the part where I missed from my recording last time. My ratings for the episode is 4 out of 5. As I mentioned in the beginning of the review, I didn't really like the 5 days actually what the rescue mission took to actually find them. They had their own scanners, they knew what they're looking for, and they could have solved the situation way earlier actually than they did. So apart from that, I really like the fact of the aqua shuttle. I really enjoyed the whole concept, like a spaceship has a specific shuttle for deep water missions. What's the chance when you will need actually in space a shuttle that goes on the water? So I'm not sure if the shuttle will come back in a later episode. We already passed the half of the series, so I think the rest of the journey will be in space. I think that was the only episode actually in the animated series so far included the aqua shuttle, and I don't think it will be in any episode anymore. It was a very enjoyable episode, I really enjoyed watching it. Yeah, I think it's just a bit confusing now because I started to record yesterday and now I'm editing today, but I had to do the back as well, so yeah, that can happen when you have new equipment, and you know, I'm still just trying it out, so I have to set up a couple of things, but yeah, hopefully we'll get there. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode review. Please let me know your thoughts about this episode, if you liked or disliked, what was your favorite part, or what did you actually notice, what I missed from the episode, and let me know in the comment section below. Please don't forget to like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the geekiness twice a week. And again, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Live long and prosper. But there's one thing what I'm really concerned about, and well, I was concerned about at the beginning, because when I saw them, it's like, oh, they look really creepy, they look Klingon, but they reimagined Klingon, and they don't really belong to the original series. I mean, if you want to follow the original timeline and you put something just 10 years before Captain Kirk, when Robert April is the captain of the Enterprise, Klingons don't really evolve or devolve in 10 years.